mark as well. Nifty Bank is trading in tandem with the benchmark indices, and if I can put it, it's actually outperforming the benchmark indices marginally. It's trading flat with a negative bias as we speak. Talking about the list of gainers, it is the metal pack that is shining really bright in today's trading session. So you have Tata Steel, that is the top gainer on the Nifty as we speak, 1.7% uptick. So followed by Cipla, Apollo Hospitals, Bharti Airtel, as well as NTPC. All of these counters are holding on to gains upwards of 1% as we speak. But on the flip side, you have Adani Enterprises, Adani Ports that are under pressure. They are among the top two losers on the Nifty, followed by Mahindra & Mahindra. Reliance Industries, 1.5% downtick coming in for that one, adding on to pressure for the benchmark indices. ITC is also down about 1% or so. So let's take a look at what the sectoral indices are doing in today's trading session. And autos is the one that is the top sectoral loser, 0.9% downtick coming in for the auto, followed by FMCG, IT, all of them are in the negative territory. But power and metal are the one that are powering ahead or shining bright in today's trading session. You have the power index that's trading higher by about 1.5%. Metal index trading higher by about 0.7%, and the broader markets, both of them are in the positive territory as we speak. If you look at mid cap index, that is holding on to actually a 0.25% gain. Also, you have small cap index also that is seeing an uptick in today's trading session. But that's the way how the market construct is looking like in today's trading session, Shrishti. But yesterday, the spotlight was definitely on the sugar counters, be it Balrampur Chini, Bajaj Hindustan, all of them were seeing good uptick in yesterday's trading session.
Well, yes, absolutely. And not just in yesterday's trading session, the past 5 to 10 days, all of these sugar names have shown a great move, anywhere between 5 to 10% or even more. But the main trigger is that the sugar prices are seen to be at a 6-year high. Let's go across to our colleague Sharad, who is joining us joining in to explain the sweetness in sugar stocks. Take it away, Sharad.
Well, yes, sure. The sugar stocks are giving sweet returns to the investors over the last 5 days itself. Stocks such as Awadh Sugar, Sri Renuka Sugar, and a whole lot of sugar stocks have been rising, and they have been rising between 6 to 11% over the last 5 days. Now, of course, the main thing being is the global prices actually which are rising. This is due to the supply concerns kicking in. Now, domestically, if we see, India is also mulling to actually add up some exports going ahead because the prices are high. So it makes sense to actually increase the exports as well, and that's what the government is mulling. But apart from that, do remember that the sugar supply is also actually a hit because there is a decline in production estimated for India as well as the global numbers, and this because of this only that India cannot actually increase the export cap this year itself. And of course, the ethanol diversion story is also being played across, and because of that, the prices and the realizations are very strong. Now, looking at the Indian sugar exports data, that has been rising steadily, but for 2021-22 it has been capped at almost 11 million tons, and for next year, for the next season, I must say, is that almost 6 million ton. Now, let's look at the global sugar prices, how they have been trending. And of course, they are trending at the 6-year high levels. This is the highest level seen since October 2016. And also do remember that the global sugar prices are actually rising on the overall supply concerns. Now, let's look at how the ethanol blending program is playing out. And of course, we have been reaching all the important milestones ahead of time. And by 2025, the conversion rate should be at least 20%. And currently, we have almost touched the double-digit mark.
All right, thank you so much for that, Sharad, for putting into context why the sugar stocks have been a buzz off late. But this morning, we actually caught up with the management of Balrampur Chini to talk on where the sugar prices will be headed from here on. Also, the fact that what is their outlook when it comes to this sugar exports and by when they will hear it from the government. Listen in.
So as far as the international sugar prices are concerned, we are of the view that international prices are somehow decoupled with the domestic prices. The reason behind 6 to 7 years of international high sugar prices is there is some sort of physical tightness into the system in terms of gaps, availability gaps. Though overall there will be surplus at the global level, but in the interim period, as because the logistical issues are there in Brazil, there is some physical tightness. Domestic prices has not really moved up in last couple of years, though the cost has increased significantly in terms of cane price increase, lower yield, as well as lower recovery. Now, the big picture what you are mentioning of is the ethanol story. If my memory is serving me right, that last year we purchased around 370 to 375 lakh tons of sugar cane from the farmers. And if you apply a 350 rupees per quintal as an average rate, that translates into 1.3 lakh crores worth of sugarcane. As against this, if we take 27.5 million ton as the national consumption, and if we take an average sugar price of around 34 or 34 and a half, as because Maharashtra sells lower, it translates into an annual realization of around 90 to 95,000 crores. So the gap between 1,30,000 to 90 to 95,000 crores of rupees is being currently met by exports as well as ethanol. Government will take decision maybe at the end of March or in the month of April when they have a better visibility with respect to export, with respect to sugar production.
Okay, so now you know what's the main trigger behind the recent rally in all these sugar counters and what the management of Balrampur Chini has to say. But now let's connect with our experts and know their opinion on all these sugar names. Onto the show, we are being joined by Kunal Bothra as well as on the fundamental side, A.K. Prabhakar is joining us. A very good morning, gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining us today on ET Now. Mr. Prabhakar, firstly coming to you, you heard that there is a trigger behind all these sugar names in the buzz as well as Balrampur Chini management also mentioning about the ethanol story at play. But after 2021, we already have seen great move in all these sugar counters, but at the same time, they are very much below their 52-week high levels. At this point in time, do you believe or do you feel that there is still room or there is still a chance to enter in all these sugar names, and which ones are your bet from the sector?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. See, I think sugar is a structural story. The government wants to change many things. Now, government focus is to reduce our imports, and our crude and crude derivative imports is more than 30% of our total imports. So, there government wants to save by blending ethanol with petrol or the fuel. Now, government will save from 2025. The saving will be 1 lakh crore. So that is a huge saving for India. So I think that is where this is playing out. Now we have almost 10%, but 20% is also in the pilot project, and many states have started to adopt to it. So by 2025, E20 policy will be there, and that is going to benefit sugar companies. And if you take sugar companies, results also, ethanol is profitable, whereas sugar is not a profitable business for them. So maybe the export part is covering their cost, but whatever they are selling it locally, it doesn't cover the cost. So when the Balrampur Chini management said the sugar prices domestically has not moved up. It has been stuck at 34 rupees for a very long time. So we have to live with it. It is more of a control price system. So, but this ethanol policy is going to benefit, and Balrampur Chini and few other companies have expanded their capacity, and that is going to play out over a period of time. So if you are looking at 3 to 5 years, I think Balrampur Chini, Dhampur Sugar, or your Triveni Engineering, EID Parry to an extent. So these are companies where you have to do a systematic investment plan. But this season for sugar is not a good season. But going forward, I think sugar is something which will play out.
That's the view coming in from Mr. Prabhakar. Very good morning to you. Good morning to you as well, Kunal. And before I come to you, Kunal, to ask about the sugar sector, just a quick note that you had the power minister who actually reviewed the power situation during the upcoming summer months. And they've asked the power sector companies to ensure that there is no load shedding. Remember that country as a whole is bracing for really harsh summers. So you have the government that has been directing and making sure that there is no load shedding or the demand of power has been met adequately. So that's the power minister who's reviewed, who's taken a meeting to review the power situation. But coming to you then, Kunal, on the sugar space, what's your view on this particular sector, and which is one stock that stands out among that barrage of stocks that you have?
So, good morning first to you, Cheryl, as well as everyone. So, my sense is that from the sugar pack, it's only Balrampur Chini which holds a lot of prominence, because it's a formidable name. We've seen from 2020 as well as prior to that, when Balrampur Chini was a stock which was, I think, at 65, 70 odd rupees. From there on, that stock led the charge for the entire sector, and when you saw the stock moving up higher, that's where the confidence started to brew to the entire pack for the sugar names. Even over the last 1 or 2 days, specifically yesterday, when Balrampur Chini managed to show some resilience as well as a comeback about that 400 levels, that's where you saw confidence brewing to the other sugar pack. So I would sense that it always makes sense to go with the leaders in such a kind of a bifurcated and high beta space. So I would stick to Balrampur Chini even at current levels, and my expectation is that possibly the stock is starting off a very strong cycle of an upward trend, and in this leg of an upward trend, my sense is that the stock should head towards at least 500 to 520 over the next 3 to 6 months.
So Balrampur Chini starting a very strong cycle of an upward trend. That's the take coming in from Kunal Bothra. But with this, viewers, it's time to slip into a short break. But don't go anywhere. As we come right back, we'll be taking all your stock-related queries. So stay tuned.
राशि की स्कूल फीस, घर का किराया।
Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What a market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What a market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader markets really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader markets really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now, and this is the show where we get you answers for all of your stock-related queries. You can tune in to live on your television set, and you can write to us on the WhatsApp number that will be flashing very shortly on the top of your screen. Or you can actually log into your YouTube channel or Twitter or even Facebook, because we're live on those platforms as well. You can write in to us and leave your query there as well. You need to mention your name, the stock that you're looking to invest in. If you've already invested in the stock, then do mention the buy price and the quantity and the time horizon that you're looking to hold a particular counter, because that will help our experts help you better. And talking about experts, today we have Kunal Bodhra as well as Mr. A.K. Prabhakar. And before we go on to the queries, Mr. Prabhakar, markets today are doing absolutely nothing, no doubt. We are seeing a down day, but it is a very flattish move. We've been very resilient of late. But how should retail investors make use of this resilience to make sure that they keep their wealth protected?
I think, till the Fed fear of, rising interest rate doesn't go, we will be volatile. But, as you mentioned few minutes back, that power ministries are looking to have uninterrupted power. That means this sector will be in focus. We had shortage of power last summer. So now we don't need, we should not face that kind of situation. So there are power stock which will be in focus. We have seen Tata Power starting to rally, NHPC starting to rally, Torrent Power is doing very good. So power as a sector will do very good. So we need to be in few stocks where the fundamentals are changing. So power is one sector we like, and this can give us very good return over a period of time. So we need to identify sectors and stock which will outperform in any market. That is more important, and growth related stock is where we like to invest in also.
Okay, so that's the advice coming in for all our retail investors. But let's move on and kickstart taking all your stock-related queries onto the show. And the first question that I have is coming from Prabhu. And Kunal, let me take it from you. He's holding 500 shares of Zensar Technologies from a price of 314. He wants to know, is this a right time to add? And what is the target price to add this particular counter? He's sitting at a mild loss in this one.
Well, I think it's a very good strategy to try and add or average the stock even at current levels. Now look at this way, that the stock which was almost at 200 rupees, 202 rupees at the fag end of 2022 started off to get into a strong rally, and now I think at last week or so the stock was almost at 300 levels, which means a very sharp recovery of 50% plus for the stock price from its 3-month lows. Now the stock is going through a consolidation or a mild correction. So when you have such a kind of a steep recovery in a short span of time, the stock is bound to get into a corrective phase. But I think that's an opportunity to try and add or accumulate further. So would be bullish on Zensar if possible, and assuming that the stock corrects back to, let's say, 270 or 267 mark, which was the 3-day, 4-day low for Zensar. That's a very good level to accumulate further.
All right, this one is coming from Mr. K.R. Balan, and he's writing about Kirloskar International. He bought it at levels of around 450 rupees per share levels, and he's saying the stock has been doing absolutely nothing. Mr. Prabhakar, does it make sense that he actually moves out from this particular counter and look to shift to Maharashtra Seamless or BEL? Kirloskar International, I don't think it's Kirloskar Industries, but what's your view on this one, Mr. Balan, or Mr. Prabhakar?
I don't track this international. We like Kirloskar Oil Engine, which is doing very good, or Cummins. That segment is doing very well. So that is something we like, but international we don't track. So I won't be able to comment on that.
All right. Maybe it could be Kirloskar's brothers because the stock price is somewhat similar to those levels, or maybe Kirloskar Oil, actually, whatever, which either of the Kirloskar Group companies. Do you think that if he's holding in any of these Kirloskar Group companies, should he make the switch to Maharashtra Seamless?
So I think he can hold on, but we need to understand every time it is not necessary the stock has to perform. In the last 6 months, we have seen many mid-cap and small-cap stock now correcting almost 40 to 50% also. If the stock doesn't perform, then you are lucky that it has not given a negative return in the last 6 months. So no, these are stocks which will run up faster when the recovery happens.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Kunal, coming to you for the next one. This question is from Ranganath Rao, and he's holding 30 shares of Kotak Mahindra Bank from a price of 1850. Now that we are seeing that the Bank Nifty has almost reversed and now turning to be in green, but Kotak Bank is still in the red. What's your view on this?
Well, it's been a mystery, frankly, why Kotak Bank has underperformed, because even in 2020-21, and specifically 21, second half, when the Bank Nifty was going through a very strong uptrend, Kotak Bank had underperformed largely. The stock had remained absolutely sideways. If you look at the 2021 start, I think the stock has been absolutely sideways. The support for Kotak Bank has been just around that 1650 mark over the last 3 years from 2021, and the resistance on the upper end is closer to 2050 levels. So which means broadly a 20% odd range for Kotak Bank in the last 2 years. So that indicates that the stock may consolidate for some more time. But then, when you're looking at buying quality stocks, if it happens to come back into the lower end of the support range, it is always fruitful to buy the stock, because then the chances and the probability of making money becomes significantly high. So I would sense that if the stock comes back towards the 1660, 1670 odd mark, then it's a very good level where you may look to average, bring your cost price lower and hold on further.
All right, I stand corrected because you have Mr. Balan who reposted that query once again, Mr. Prabhakar. So the stock was KEC International and not Kirloskar International. So it was KEC International at 450. Should he continue to hold or shift to Maharashtra Seamless or BEL?
I think KEC International, the order book is very good and their execution speed is very good. So I think it is better to hold on to KEC International.
Okay, Kunal, let me come again once again to you. Padmasev Rao from Bangalore wants to get into GAIL, and the target that he is looking for this counter is 120 rupees. Do you think that this is achievable?
Yeah, it's very much achievable for GAIL. The stock has been doing quite well over the last 1 month, recovered from 1992 levels to almost 110 plus where it's currently trading. It's taken a pause today, but I believe possibly in the next couple of days, the momentum could accelerate back again for GAIL. So a buy on dips is what I would recommend. You can start off at current levels and maybe another dip of 2 rupees odd. You can look to average further.
Okay, this one is coming from Vaibhav. Alkyl amines is the stock that he's asking about. Kunal is saying that he's frequently testing its support levels. He has 550 shares at a price of 2,850 rupees per share. This is after averaging from the last 1 year. So now he wants to know when will the stock surpass his buying price.
So I think it's a matter of patience. It's very difficult to categorize that when would the stock cross a certain set of rally or resistance on the upside. But then, the charts for alkyl amine over the last 1 month, for example, 15th of Feb is where the stock hit levels of 2500, 2520 mark. And right now we have almost completed a month approximately and we're still at those levels, which means that the stock is stagnating or going through a time-wise correction, which ideally is a good sign that probably the selling is getting abated for the stock, but then there is no major buying which is happening. And that's why it becomes very difficult to categorize when would the recovery happen. But such kind of time-wise consolidation generally indicates that the stock may get into a recovery phase. So I would sense that just hold on to your existing quantity, no need to average further. But then once the rally picks up, momentum picks up, the stock would eventually cross back about that 2,800 mark as well.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Rakesh from Delhi wants to get into Tata Steel at the current market price. And today we are seeing all these metal counters shining bright. What's your advice on Tata Steel particularly?
Yeah, we need to understand it is more cyclical in nature. So if you are buying it, it is not for a short term. For a long term purpose, yes. Now Tata Steel, the Indian business itself will do very good. Their problem comes from the European business, and if Indian business starts to do good, they will repay a lot of debt. So now in the last 2 quarters, it has not been happening, but they have reduced huge debt. And I think going forward, if steel prices goes up, they will repay more of their debt. That is very positive for Tata Steel. We are positive on a long-term basis, but short-term, I don't think steel cycle will come back in a hurry.
The next counter or next query that I have is coming in from Samrat Datta, and this is on Titan. I would request Abhishek to show the Titan line graph and say where the stock is currently at. There you go, 2,387 odd rupees is where Titan is trading at. Kunal, you have Samrat who's bought Titan in the month of February in the year 2012 at the price of around 215 rupees only. He's saying he sold 25 shares last year at 2,700 rupees per share. However, he's holding 175 shares of Titan currently. What should his strategy be given the fact that he's very much in money?
Yeah, I think you're significantly in the money. So congratulations first on investment, and most importantly, staying put with your investments for the last so many years. When the stock had seen the best of an upward trend, a major price correction, as well as even a time-wise correction, and I think that's rewarded you quite aptly. I would believe that you can just continue to stay put into the stock price. There is no major reasons why you should probably be tweaking or changing your strategy or looking to sell and then look to buy back again at lower ends. I think that kind of strategy may not be applicable for you because of the fact that you are a long-term investor. So I think I would recommend a hold on Titan.
Okay, that's still a hold on Titan, and Abhishek just made you see that 1000% gain is what the investor is sitting at right now. But with this, viewers, it's time to slip into a short break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range. Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range. Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range. Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market.
Welcome back to Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now, a show where you get all your stock-related queries answered. And continuing with the same, the next question is coming from Raghuram and Mr. Prabhakar. Raghuram is holding 1,000 shares of Canfin Homes from a price of 510, sitting at a gains, but he can still hold this counter for the next 3 months. What's your view on this one?
See, housing finance banks are taking the major market share from the housing finance companies. That is why the growth is not there. You take any housing finance, banks are growing their books. Even in gold finance, that is happening. So the competitors are taking it. That is why this stock has been static. If it is 3 months, it doesn't make a material difference in housing finance. If you are a long-term investor, something will happen. But 3 months, if you exit today or after 3 months, there will be a slight move. I think Kunal will be a better person to talk about this.
Okay, this one is coming from Hemant and he's writing to us from Vizag. He's holding about 2,000 shares of Indian Hotels at an average price of 250 rupees per share. Mr. Prabhakar, he wants to know whether he should look to diversify to EIH or Lemon Tree in the similar basket, that is the hospitality segment, or should he continue holding Indian Hotels Limited? His view is for a period till about mid-2025.
I think Indian Hotel is best. It is a debt-free company. And they are growing in an asset-light model, and the management is very clear that if their sales grows from here at 15%, then the profit growth will be double of that. So that means Indian Hotel is something which will do far good, and it is almost near an all-time high. I think it can give better returns than Lemon Tree. Lemon Tree is slightly leveraged, but they are also growing on the asset-light model. So, I think if you are holding the best, you be with the best now.
Prabhakar, the next query is specifically for you. Krish is holding shares of REC, 2,500 shares from a price of 110. He says that he's sitting at a 10% profit, and in addition, the dividend yields are also very attractive, but he wants to know, should he reduce some portion at this point in time as the stock is already near its 52-week high and wait once again for a re-entry when the prices come down? What's your view on this?
He is getting every year 10 to 11% dividend. The dividend yield itself will take care of whatever happens. And after a very long time, the stock has started to perform. Let it be REC and PFC. But this is due to government reform. So where all companies are repaying them, so bad debts will come down. So I think it is after a very long time we are seeing a structural rally in REC, PFC. So I think you can hold on. After 6 months to 1 year, you can take a decision whether to exit or not. Now these two stocks in a very big bull market rally. It is just the start. I don't know how much it will pan out, but you have a cushion, you get 10% plus dividend yield here.
Okay, this one is coming from Santi, a bit longish query, Kunal, and this one is for you on Cipla. Saying that steep fall is seen in Cipla to about 870 levels from its recent high of 1,100 plus. And he's saying the stock has continued to fall. It's also broken below the important support level of 890 to 900 levels. So he wants to know whether he wants a risk-reward opportunity in this trade as well as for investment. He has the power to hold on to Cipla or average, but should he do that? As far as I remember, you had a positive call on Cipla this morning, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. I think it was an absolute time to go contra into the stock price because of the way the stock had corrected in the last 10 odd days from 1,050 to almost 875 or 70. That was a low for Cipla over the last couple of days. And those are classical points of going contra into the stock price. You look at the 200-day moving average, the stock is still at a divergence of almost 150, 160 rupees from its 200-day moving average. And these kind of 20% divergences, they don't hold for too long for stock prices, and there is eventual mean reversion. So net-net, what I'm trying to indicate is that the stock could see a further rally from current levels as well. I think if you're a patient investor, I think you should try to accumulate the stock even at current zone.
Okay, Kunal, once again coming to you. Bharat is holding shares of Voltas and currently at a 15% profit. He wants to know, is that a hold for some more gains on that expectation or a sell at this point in time?
So I would suggest a hold on Voltas purely based on the relative strength for the stock as compared to the other peers. Now, the peers like Blue Star, etc., these stocks have done exceptionally well in the last 3-4 months of the price recovery. Many of these stocks are trading at 52-week highs, life highs for themselves. Voltas has been a stock which is not closer to its 52-week highs, and I believe that there should be an eventual catch-up for the stock, in that regard. So from the recent recovery of 740, the stock has now joined the 900 plus club for itself. But I believe eventually over the next 2 to 3 months, the stock can surpass the levels of 1050, 1100. So I think if you are a patient trader from a 3 to 6 months perspective, you should stay put.
Okay, this one is from Swayam, and he wants a view on SBI Card or L&T Finance as a breakout trade. Kunal?
L&T Finance is something which I would suggest instead of SBI Card, because SBI Card is a bit of an inconsistent chart. The stock sees a couple of days of up move, but then the move fizzles out and you see the stock correcting. L&T Finance on the other hand has been showing a lot of strength and positivity. 90 is a stop loss which I would suggest for L&T Finance. Short-term targets you can keep closer to 100 plus.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Vipun has been holding shares of EIL from the past 4 years from a price of 109. How do you see the future of this particular stock? He's sitting at a huge loss right now.
This is Engineers India, right? EIL?
Yes.
Yeah. No, here, the order book or the way it is going forward, I'm not too happy. We need to be in business where we have a visibility. So for example, in PSUs we like HAL or BDL, where there is a visibility for next 5-10 years. But in EIL, I don't see a visibility, so I will not be holding on to the stock. Yes, if you are in loss, you can wait for a bull market to start so that you can shift. But for me, where I get a visibility is where I would like to invest in.
Alright, on that note, we'll actually slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now Sell Now. When we come back, we'll continue taking all of your stock related queries, so viewers don't go anywhere.
Friends, I want to share some.
It's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range. Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range. Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range. Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now. Let's continue taking your queries and let's be very quick with them. This one is coming in from Jay Krishnan Kunal. Zomato, he has some shares at a price of 55 rupees per share. Should he hold or sell for the medium term?
Yeah, I think it's a good stock, showing some very good recovery. I think you should continue to hold on.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, another long-term investor shared his query. Kuldeep invested into JB Chemicals back in 1986 at a price of just 29 paisa. Currently, he's sitting at 75.5 lakhs of profit. What's your view on this one? Is this a good time to hold this particular counter or sell and book some profits in this?
He is making excellent profit. I think he should continue to hold. It is a very good company. So, finding these kind of ideas today will be very difficult. So, he can hold on to it.
Right. Kunal, what's your take on Muthoot Finance and Gland Pharma, either one of them for the next 3 months? Dhananjay is asking for that.
Well, I would prefer Manappuram Finance. That's a stock which I think I've been advocating of late as well, instead of Muthoot Finance. Gland Pharma, I would still suggest a hold or a wait. Only if the stock crosses about the 1400 levels is where you should look to invest into the stock.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Venkat Rao is a long-term investor holding 400 shares of Tech Mahindra from a price of 1480. What's your advice?
I think, at current level, it is very attractive valuation wise, and, we are waiting for the new management and, what is the way forward. So I think, if you are looking for, 2 to 3 years, Tech Mahindra is the best and you can hold on to it.
Kunal, Manish wants to know what was your target for AB Capital. I believe that you had suggested this counter in the morning and he already holds AB Capital.
So I think the targets for today which I had kept was closer to 167 for AB Capital.
Okay, Kunal, Sandeep wants to know your view on Eicher Motors for the next 1 to 2 months. He is holding 18 shares at a price of 3,450 rupees.
So I think you can continue to hold on. I would not suggest an averaging out for Eicher Motors. The stock is still very sideways. Breakout levels impending for Eicher Motors is around 3,300 mark. So only if it crosses about those levels is where I would recommend to average.
Kunal, once more coming your way. Sorry for that. But this one is from Satya. He wants you to assist him in mitigating the losses that he is suffering in Piramal Enterprises and Hikal by shifting to any other breakout stocks for the short term. Or do you think in the next 6 months things will get better for both of these counters and should he hold?
So I think you should. I would recommend to hold on to both of these stocks. But in case if you're looking out to shift to another name, then I think something like AB Capital, Bector Foods is something which I would recommend.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Raman wants to know your preference, or rather your pick amongst BSE, CDSL or CAMS. Which one is your preferred pick?
BSE would be my preferred pick because almost 60% of the market cap is in cash. I think they have 3,500 crores of cash in their balance sheet. They hold 20% in CDSL. So almost you are, after this correction, you are getting it very attractive. And their dividend yield is 4 to 5%. I'm not very sure about it. They have a very good dividend yield also. So I think BSE is very good, and in the mutual fund Star MF, they are the market leader. So wherever they are niche, they are having a market leadership. I think at current level, it looks very attractive, BSE India.
Let's kickstart with the rapid fire then. The first one coming your way, Kunal. Anup wants to know about REC. He has 124 shares. He's bought at 124, 2,000 shares, short-term target.
So you can keep closer to 132 as a short-term target for REC.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Hamza is holding shares of Jubilant Food at a price of 532. Is this a good time to average this particular counter?
I will hold on to it, but I will not average.
Okay, Rajesh from Indore has Ace Kunal, 140 shares, average price of 270 rupees per share. What should he do with this counter? Hold, add or exit?
Continue to hold. In case if the stock dips towards 340, good level to average.
Okay, Kunal, Mehul entered into IndusInd Bank futures at a price of 1170 rupees. What's your outlook on this?
Continue to hold on. I'm bullish on the stock over the near term. Targets of 1250 is what I would eye.
Okay, Mahindra has 5,000 shares of HCC at a price of 10.5 rupees per share. What should his strategy be right now, Kunal? Add more or book profits?
I think you should continue to hold on. My expectation is over the next 6 to 9 months, the stock could come back to its 2022 mark.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Bisaka is holding 50 shares of Polycab from a price of 2,409 rupees. Is the good time to book profits? She can still hold for the next 3 to 5 years.
It is a very good business model. Hold on.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Srinivasan wants to know, does it make sense to buy Dabur right now at the current market price for the longer term, say 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, it is a good price to buy.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Ashish wants to know any of the counters amongst your preferred bets, IDFC Bank or Yes Bank. Do you like any of these names?
IDFC Bank is preferred.
Okay, Kunal, Soumitra wants to know about Dixon Tech. How does this one look on the chart to you?
Nothing attractive on the charts. I think if you're holding on from, let's say, lower levels, I think it's a good time to exit.
Mr. Prabhakar, Ramesh is holding 3,000 shares of IndusInd Towers at a price of 167. Suggest if that's a hold or not.
It is a very difficult call. So I would give a pass.
Okay, Tarun wants to know, Kunal, on the technicals, how does Gabriel India look to you?
So it's a stock which has shown recovery and I think come back towards the 200 moving average. I would suggest a buy, or if you already bought, then I think you can continue to average at current levels of 157.
Okay, that was the last question. We could actually admit into the rapid fire session as well. And with this, it's a wrap to this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now as well. Thank you so much, Kunal, as well as Mr. Prabhakar for joining us today on ET Now and helping all our viewers with their stock-related queries. It's a goodbye from me and Cheryl and the entire team who put the show together. Thank you so much for watching.
When our big boss was MD.
Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
and analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now.